Oh hi, I'm the Fury79 and this is part 2 of Mountain Vapor review. Right, I've misplaced bottles. Bugger. No, it's in my pocket. Well prepared, as usual. Right, these two chosen at random from the selection of 8, well 6 now because obviously the first 2, are maple cured tobacco and menthol tobacco. I'm expecting a lot from the menthol. First up, maple cured tobacco. Close up on the back shot. Again, American labels are different from European, and they state that these liquids contain a chemical known to the state of California, nicotine, to cause birth defects and harm, something I've been asked to make a note of just in case any of you get them if you do decide to order. Generally on the 5mm testers, as opposed to the 10mm bottles, which are European labels. Okay, I've already rewicked and dripped on with this. As you can see, it's a very nice, bright, sort of almost pea coloured juice, but don't let it put you off. I've had a wee sort of tester before coming onto the camera. Let's go ahead and see what she vapes like. Good cloud. Throat hit is muted, but then I think there's a reason behind that. I'm going to get to that on the flavour. Again, 18mg, 50-50. First thing you notice with this is a sweet, bittersweet sort of flavour. If I'm to give it a simulacrum of a tobacco, it's like something like Cutter's Choice Virginia types of tobacco, but it does have that maple flavouring. It's quite soft and sort of mid-range through the tones, but I think that's what's giving it that sort of more sweet flavour. It's full of flavour again, and again on the nose exhale it's different. Observe. On the nose exhale, it actually develops a more sort of slight cinnamony sort of flavour, at least to my palate. Again, it changes. It has that dynamic, that mutability, that however you consume the product and sort of exhale the product, it changes the flavour. It still maintains that sweet, sort of bittersweet element, but it becomes a bit more sweeter on the nose exhale. Again, that lovely peppery taste at the back of the throat from the nicotine, and overall, palatable juice. I don't think I'd go for it again, but if you do like a strong, sort of sweet, cured tobacco, Virginia tobacco flavour, you're not going to go far wrong with this. Vapor production, quite a good one that one actually, I thought, a little better than the previous 2. Maybe that's because the core's bedded in, I've made a better whip, I'm not entirely certain, but I thought that was a much better vapour. Excuse me. Flavour, very good. It's very rich again. You definitely tell they put a lot of thought into this flavour because it has that mutability, that dynamism, is that a word? I don't know. It's very dynamic and it's changeable, however, as I've said many times, you excel. And before anybody asks, I have done a nose hit and it makes me cry, like a big girl. Throat hit again, it's up there, it's quality. One thing I like with a range of juices is consistency, irregardless of flavour. If you're buying from a particular range and you're buying a multiple different a multiple choice of flavours, you would expect the batch of nicotine to, well, the provider of the nicotine for the particular vendor to be consistent and not different. Again, this has definitely so far been consistent. With the 3 flavours that I've done so far, the sweet leaf, the sweet ice and the maple cured tobacco, the nicotine content has definitely been consistent, so top marks there. Overall, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. 2 reasons behind that. One, I'm not overly enamoured with the flavour. I like it. It's a nice flavour. It's good. I will use it, but I doubt I would buy it again because it's not quite ticking that final box as a repeat buy. However, if you do like a good strong Virginia tobacco flavour with a sweet finish, very much for you. So I'm going to give maple cured, that's the wrong one, maple cured tobacco 8 out of 10. Quite palatable, I would imagine, after, say, a steak dinner. Something with a strong, meaty sort of, you know, like an aperitif, I suppose. You know, pre and after a good strong meat meal. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for maple cured tobacco. As you can see, top quality here at the Root Tapper 79. Next, menthol tobacco. Quick change, jump cut. Hello, new wigs, new walls. Right, part 2 of part 2. Menthol tobacco, patch shot, same again, made in vapor, 50/50, 18 milligram, tobacco flavoured, e-liquid. Let's give it a whiz. Now this is a straight menthol tobacco. Previously I reviewed the Sweet Ice, which is mentholated sweet leaf. Now, this is a similar but lighter colour, sort of almost peachy in colour. I'll give you a close up of the wick once I've got it nice and liberally soaked. Decent amount of vapour coming off. Get up nice and close, you can see the sort of nice peachy colour there. And a decent amount of vapour coming off that coil again. 1.9 ohm coil, 14 watts on the SID in my IOW. Heavily modified, I might add. Spartan mod strip tip. Now already in the air I can smell a very tobacco-y smell. I'm not smelling the menthol at the moment. I'm certainly going to be tasting it right now. Now, first thing I notice, as compared to the Sweet Ice, the menthol is not as strong. Very good vapour, it's hanging around, as you can probably see. Let's wave a bit of that out. Breathing in after a 2 on this, you're definitely feeling that menthol feeling. And tobacco flavour is definitely a tobacco flavour. It's hard to pinpoint what sort of tobacco flavour it would be. I'm going to couple it alongside the maple cured tobacco flavour. It tastes like a Virginia. You know, very fine cut, very I hate to name brands, but a very golden Virginia sort of type flavour. Great vapour, I've got to say that on this particular one. Great vapour, same as the maple cured tobacco. Doesn't have that sweet element anymore, which obviously was the maple. It is quite a bitter flavour, like you would expect from tobacco. We never really went for tobacco for full body flavour. But again, that menthol, it's definitely the same menthol used in Sweet Ice. Quite strong menthol, cigarette menthol flavour. I don't know, it's an unusual one really. Let's try the nose exhale. Again, it's that winter sweet flavour on the nose exhale. Perhaps that's more due to the menthol, I should imagine now. So let's score it. Vapour, very good. You saw for yourself. Good cloud coming out, good thick dense vapour. That menthol's giving me another chill. Very, very good strong menthol flavour. I like this menthol. As I said, I prefer a menthol vape to a menthol smoke. Not that I smoke anymore. But it's a good strong menthol. It's certainly something that I could use if I get a cold. When I get a cold, I'm permanently on the menthol. Ordinarily I use Kraken E6 Crystal Menth, which is very smooth, sort of polo type flavour, but I think for, you know, when you lose all sense of taste with a cold, this is a good one, because it will just cut through everything, and it's certainly going to clear the sinuses. I can feel them draining as we speak. Flavour again, good strong tobacco flavour. Nothing else though. It is just what you get. What you see on the packet is what you get from the packet. Menthol tobacco flavour. If you're a straight talking kind of guy and you want a menthol, I can highly recommend this one actually. I quite like it actually, thinking about it. I may just get myself another one. I could make it a 20ml. And especially when the old hay fever kicks in as well and my nose is streaming, I can imagine it clearing up and sort of drying things up a bit. Again, that consistency of nicotine. It's very much, I would go as far as saying, probably the same batch of nicotine. Good, nice, peppery flavour at the back of the throat. Quite intense with this one actually, but I suppose that's exacerbated by the straight tobacco flavour. Very, very smooth for an 80mg. Now, considering I've gone down to 11mg, I'm actually enjoying that as an 18mg vape. I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10 for straight up, honest to God, honest to goodness. What you see is what you get, a good menthol tobacco flavour. I know a couple of guys who are very interested in this, and I will be dispatching samples to them and get their thoughts on it and do a roundup as I do at the end of the series. Scores wise, I now want to give that one 9.5 out of 10. It's consistent. The menthol and the nicotine is clearly from the same supplier. The flavours are good, strong, clear cut and dynamic. They change dependent on how you consume the product. Obviously we don't recommend drinking it because that's just silly. And you know, overall the vapour production has been good. So on that particular batch, maple cured tobacco and menthol tobacco, I'm going to give it a good solid 9 out of 10 for the two. Really impressed Mountain Vapor. Keep it up. I think I am sort of swaying over to a third chosen vendor. Well, manufacturer of good quality liquids. I'm quite impressed so far. I've been Fury 79. Impressed. You've been gorgeous. Peace.